Hi Kindergators, it's Miss Morgan bringing you your social studies lesson. Our social studies objective this week is, I can tell why it is important to follow rules at home and at school. Can you say that with me? I can tell why it is important to follow rules at home and at school. Last week, we learned about authority figures at home and at school. This week, we're going to learn about the importance of following rules at home and at school. Watch this video to learn more about following rules.
Laws are the rules we make for our community, our state, and our country. Laws are written to help make our community a safer place to live. Rules and laws are important for many reasons. Some rules help to keep things running smoothly, like the rules in our home. In many families, everyone has chores to do. Some families make it a rule that all chores are to be done before you can play. This rule keeps the house clean and orderly. Some rules help us to stay healthy. You might have to brush your teeth every morning and night, and go to bed at a certain time. These rules are important. Without them, you might get cavities or not get enough sleep to do your schoolwork. Other rules are made to make other people more comfortable. If one of your parents works at night, you might have a rule to play quietly while they sleep during the day. There are rules to follow at school, too. In most classes, you have to raise your hand and wait to be called on before you can talk. This rule helps keep order in the classroom and lets everyone get their chance to speak. At most schools, there are rules about how to use the playground equipment. These rules help to keep students safe. Do you have to walk quietly in a line when your class walks to lunch or recess? This is a good rule so your teacher knows that the whole class is together. And being quiet helps the students in other classrooms learn better. There are so many rules to remember at home and in the classroom. They are often written down. Your teacher may even have some of the rules posted where all students can see them.
At Calder Road, we have 3 main rules. We call them the 3 B's. Be safe, be respectful, and be responsible. The 3 B's are good to follow at home, too. You can never be too safe, too respectful, or too responsible. Now let's learn a little bit more about staying safe at home and at school.
I bet your life is filled with all kinds of fun and adventure with your family and friends. Many of you play sports, ride your bike, play with your dog, or enjoy just hanging out in your neighborhood or at home. But these activities are only fun if you are safe doing them. That is why we have safety rules. Let's think of a few safety rules that you probably already know. Take sports, for example. If you play softball or baseball, what is one sports safety rule that you have to follow? One I know is that you have to wear a helmet when you are batting. Helmets keep your head safe from injuries. They are required for riding bikes and skateboards too. What about safety rules with animals? Many of you probably know that when meeting a dog for the first time, even a sweet and gentle-looking puppy, the rule is that you should ask its owner before petting or playing with the animal. Following this rule, make sure that the cute little puppy doesn't growl or take a nip at your hand. Today, we are going to talk about a few really important personal safety rules. These rules help you know how and when to act if you find yourself in a dangerous situation. Knowing the signs of a dangerous situation and having an action plan will give you the power to make great decisions that will help keep you safe. The check first rule. The first rule of personal safety is the check first rule. It's an easy one. Just say to yourself, I will always check first before going anywhere, changing my plans, helping anyone, accepting anything, or getting into a car. Here's the really important part. You must check first, even if the person who is asking you to go somewhere, accept something, or to help is a person you know. Okay, let's break this rule down. Who should you check with? You should check first with the adult who is in charge of you at the time. That might be your parent or guardian, a relative, a sports coach, a teacher, or some other trusted adult. When you are with your parent or guardian, they are in charge. If you are at sports practice or an after-school activity, your coach or the activity director is in charge. What if the person in charge isn't in your sight, or your parent or guardian is busy so you can't check with them right away? What should you do in this case? Well, the answer is simple. If you cannot check, the answer is no. This is the best way to make sure that you stay safe. Let's review by looking at this rule in action. Imagine that you are at a local skate park. An adult, maybe someone you know, offers you candy or a treat. What should you say? You would say, I have to check first before I can take anything from you. Let's think about another possible situation where you should use the check first rule. Imagine that you are playing outside and a neighbor offers to pay you to help move a few boxes in their house. What should you say? You guessed it. You would say, I have to check first before I can help you. Safe adults will understand that you need to ask the adult in charge. Here's another situation. Your friend's aunt or uncle sees you walking home from dance class and offers you a ride. You have met them before. You have even seen this aunt or uncle at your friends' birthday parties. What should you do? Yes, even in this situation, you should check first. This might mean calling your parent or guardian if you have a cell phone. And if you have no way to check first, say no. Your friend's aunt or uncle will understand that you are keeping yourself safe.
Hello there, I'm Officer Miller. Oh, how about an air shake? It's a pleasure to meet you all. Today I got a pretty tough assignment, teaching this class about school safety. But I need you in the back, you in the blue, you and, okay, I need all of you to help out. What do you say? Are you up for it? Good, because even if you said no, I'd pretend you said yes. So to begin, let's repeat what we're talking about today. School safety. You, just like me, an officer of the law, can do simple tasks that can help keep you and your school safe. That's what you're going to learn today. But to be prepared, you have to listen. It's the most effective defense any of us can use against danger. Listening. Don't believe me? Well, check out this completely unreal, but somewhat possible situation. Imagine being in your classroom with your entire class, and the whole class is talking. Then there's an important announcement. But instead of quieting down and listening, the talking continues, and then this message is missed.
Lockdown, lockdown. There is a very large and smelly gorilla near the third grade classrooms.
Now the classroom is exposed not only to a wild gorilla, but to a smell that's far from lovely. Let's look at this situation again, but this time when the announcement begins, your class listens. With open ears and closed mouths, everyone is listening to the teacher. This time the class could hear the announcement and listen to the teacher's instructions. See, by listening and being quiet, the gorilla was unable to hear any of the students, and now the class is safe from the gorilla and its rotten smell. Now, a smelly gorilla probably won't show up in our hallways, and it's not likely other types of danger will either. However, we still need to be prepared if danger does occur in our school. And I bet you can guess what we can all do to help stay safe. Listen. We already know that announcements can be a sign that there's danger in our school. However, other sounds can too. Listen to these sounds and think about which ones don't belong in school. Did any of these noises sound like they belong? No. These sounds are clues for you to tune in and get somewhere safe, like the nearest classroom, and be ready to listen to your teacher. So, who do you think will know the safest way out? That's right, your teacher. Let's take a look at how it's done.
Kids, we need to leave the building quick.
After leaving the school, your teacher will lead you to a safe area far from the building. And like any other day, when you leave your classroom, you need to be quiet and move quickly. Your teacher is going to do everything they can to keep you safe, so just follow their lead. In some cases, leaving school may not be safe, so your teacher may decide to lock down. Say it with me, lockdown. Lockdown means you stay where you are, secure the room, and quietly stay hidden until told otherwise. To secure the room, your teacher will lock the door, turn off the lights, and may have you move larger items, like desks and tables in front of the door. This will make it difficult for anyone to get in, helping keep danger out of your classroom. And it works pretty well. I've tested it myself. Anyway, it is unlikely that a dangerous person would enter your room, let alone the school. But a big question is, what happens if you can't leave the building or lock down and you have to face a dangerous person? This is really important to remember, so listen closely. Do whatever you can to get away from the danger. Throw things, kick, scream, run away, and get to the safest place you can. Go ahead and look around your classroom. Focus on close items that you can pick up. You can throw these items to distract a dangerous person while you try to get away. All of this sounds scary, and it's okay to feel a little scared. We're not robots. Although that would be interesting. But know that your teacher, your school, and our community's law enforcement are always working to keep you safe. The best way to keep danger out of our schools is to, well, not let it in. So if you ever see anyone at the door of your school trying to get in, never open the door. Even if you know them or they look friendly, don't let them in. Instead, go ahead and tell a teacher or staff member, and they'll make sure that person gets the help they need.
Can I help you?
That really just goes for anything that you see that feels like it doesn't belong. If you see something, say something. All in all, you play a huge part in helping our schools stay safe, and it all starts with listening and following the directions of your teachers. So it's time for a little quiz. What are you going to do if your teacher tells your class to quietly line up so you can quickly leave the building? Listen. How about if your class decides to lock down and your teacher asks you to move chairs in front of the door? Listen. And what if they tell you to run? Listen. Our schools are safe, and you joining me for this training just made them even safer. I think that deserves a high five. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm on a screen. Air five me. Well, I think my job here is done.
Officer Miller, we need you to respond to a 1033.
Be right there, Chief. I gotta go. Duty calls. Bye. Oh, and remember to listen and stay safe.
That was a lot of information. Do you think you know how to stay safe at home and at school? Your assignment today is to have a discussion with the grown-up in your home about ways you can stay safe at home and at school. Tell them one way you can stay safe at home and one way you can stay safe at school. That's all I have for you today. Come back tomorrow to learn about making mistakes and how that can help us follow rules. See you next time. Bye.